Oh my, am I excited? Am I excited? So where's Andrew? I've been asked to drop this off. Apparently you know all about it.
I do indeed. This is a very exciting collection here.
Time capsule, apparently.
This really is a time
I'm
capsule.
so excited.
This belonged to a Chinese missionary who was a doctor from the turn of the century, and this was the currency that he was carrying with him, some of which he's added to since, but a lot of this began life with him when he was in China and Hong Kong over the years. In the 19th century, Chinese currency was essentially copper coins. The different provinces would mint the different coins, and you can go through them. Some, of course, will be silver as they get into the 20th century, but these are different provinces, different denominations, and as one traveled from one province to another, they would have to exchange coins. Usually during the exchange, you would lose money. I think you've all done this as you go to Europe and done this. It's been going on for hundreds of years. In this case, here, I'll show you. This is really an interesting can here. This is full of silver dollars, and not just silver dollars, but these are 1920s and 1930s Hong Kong, Britannia, Chinese silver dollars. Okay, and these were originally, this was the value of silver, which back then, of course, silver was very low, but this was real intrinsic value. And if you went from province to province, or you came back to Europe, these coins always had not numismatic value, but intrinsic value at the time.
What was the value today?
Today, this weighs about $12 in silver. It's around 900 silver. They differ in grade. Some of these coins are going to differ from, these finer coins are going to probably be 900 to 925. They go anywhere from 750. Open them up and show them. These are all silver coins. This was an interesting one. When I first saw this, I was very excited. Look at that.
Gold coin.
It's gold plated, but everyone immediately thinks this one is German. And this one I think was 10,000 mark. And this one's made, most of these date to right around 1930s. And these, if you'll notice, all these are silver coins. Some of these have better condition than others. Often some of these have been made into metals. This one was drilled for a metals, other metals as well. So he was a big collector, but this I thought was a really fantastic shot. How's this for a currency shot? He was acquiring currency at the turn of the century, and here we have hundreds of dollars in different denominations. What I like about some of these, here we have the Chinese dollars, we have Japanese dollars, but these were interesting. And these are the Philippine notes that you'll be familiar with General MacArthur. When he took over the Philippines, the economy in the Philippines crashed. Obviously their money was not worth anything. So this is the big trip that MacArthur took with all the millions of victory notes. And this is one of your victory notes in a dollar denomination. We have them in $2 denominations. You'll notice it says 1 peso, and people are always thrown off by that. The peso was the denomination and the currency in the Philippines at the time, and here they're stamped victory. So that dates that exactly to the time of MacArthur. And we have endless amounts of currency notes that came from the good doctor who was traveling and buying Chinese export porcelains in the 1920s and 1930s. A very notable Chinese collector. A Chinese-American collector who was also doing missionary work over in China, but he had a very interesting collecting background. And you'll notice all of these boxes, and these are cigar boxes, are full of silver money, different denominations. These are Hong Kong. This is a 50-cent Hong Kong dollar, all the way through. You can see earlier yen. These are silver, of course. Each one of these, feel them, you can hear them. I mean,
ever so heavy.
Yeah, this is pounds of silver, and you can hear them as they come crashing down. These are silver coins which have not been cleaned or changed. None of this is really, when I say a time capsule, the contents of these boxes have not been explored in 80 years.
And he was a missionary.
He was a missionary.
How about that?
And here are other pieces. How are these? These are early 19th century ones as well, both in pewter and in copper and brass. And you'll see these are all different denominations for the different provinces. So these are forms of currency as well. And he decided to keep these long after they were traded in because he knew that they had real value. I think they're fantastic. So you're talking about the tremendous collection.
Oh wow, so what are these?
These are early yen. This is all yen. These are early 19th
like
century
early,
yen.
how many?
Some of these, hold on. This is getting more in, these are in the archaic forms of the Ming Dynasty period. And you're looking for ones with a little, almost looks like a key. Can we find a key? Look for one, oh, here's a key. Here's one that's a key. Look, it's a figure.
No
on
way.
top. Yeah, he's a little figure.
So how many hundreds of years are these old?
I suspect these are 18th and 19th century coins. The thin ones didn't last forever when they were made in copper, but these are really early forms of trade yen and trade currency.
So what are you going to do with all this?
This is all.
What's going to happen?
This will all be graded at one point. Most of these coins will be graded. A grading service comes in, identifies the quality, how circulated these coins are.
Apparently we've got a gentleman flying in to do all this, is that right?
We do have a gentleman flying in.
We don't mess around here,
no,
only the best.
Early in June, he'll come and do a whole documentation of this collection and ought to do a write-up in some of the major trade journals here in the U.S.
That's
so we're
right.
very excited about this collection. And all of this correlates with our auction, which is having our second Asian auction. We had our part one of our Asian auction from this same collection. And the second auction will be August 12th.
Brilliant.
Part two of our Asian sale. So this will be part of our Asian sale. So it's going to be a rather large collection. I think at first we were hoping to do 500 lots. Looks like 1,000 are coming.
Wow. Can't
Come
wait.
see us,
It's
Sarasota
amazing.
State Auction,
That's right.
August 12th.
And the telephone number?
941-359-8700.
Brilliant.